Hello, 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 and it's Fiona Robertson here, and I am the Body Renewer, and I am the Body Whisperer. So how did you get on yesterday after the challenge? Some interesting things and questions have come up, and people have been feeding back to me. They've been letting me know how they've been doing with their gauge, their stress gauge, so whatever's been going on for them during the day, they've been letting me know where they're feeling themselves being stressed. So here we are again. So yes, I am the Body Renewer, and I am here to help you listen to the whispers of your body. So my sole purpose is to help you understand, and well, my sole purpose is to help you release the physical symptoms that you've got going on that you don't like. For a lot of us, that has been a signal that's been coming to us, to our bodies, via the excess weight that we're carrying. So what are we holding on to? What are we carrying? And other physical symptoms that come up as well. They have a message for us. Our bodies are talking to us all the time. This is what I say all the time. So I'm here to help you understand what that message is for you. The message that comes to me, I can feel it in your body, and I can understand what's going on in your body, and I can feed that back to you. And there's healing that needs to be done on an energetic level. So my aim with this 3-day challenge is that within 3 days, you're able to sort of drop away from your mind, reconnect with your body, and start to understand what the whispers are and what the responses are from your body to you. And by day 3, which is tomorrow, you will be able to sense and know for yourself the first stage, which is being able to understand when your body's saying yes and when your body's being able to say no to you. That is a huge step in the right direction. And like we were saying yesterday, your body talks to you all the time. So it tells you when it's hot, it tells you when it's cold, it tells you when you're thirsty, when it doesn't like an atmosphere in a room. And sometimes you can't always put your finger on it. It's not so very an exact science. It's nothing to do with science. It's very feely, touchy-feely, and something that we've not been educated with, something that we've not learned how to understand. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you learn the emotions and the feelings that go on inside your body, and how you can interpret those and how you can translate those. When you don't listen to those, they come up in physical symptoms. They come up in weight gain, they come up in sciatica, they come up in ovarian cysts. I mean, I'm going to talk about some of the symptoms that I got. Ovarian cysts, weight gain, sciatica, massive headaches, migraines. All these things are your body talking to you. So it's just very interesting to find out what your body's saying to you, and I can help you interpret that. And this is what we're going to try and do, is help you understand for yourself some of the first and second levels of being able to tune in, turn up the volume on your whispers. So, what's happened to us as a society, as in general, is that we've stopped trying to understand our bodies. We've actually given all our power away to doctors and dietitians and osteopaths and everything else to say, oh, please tell me what's wrong with my body. Or not even that. Not even please tell me what's wrong with my body so that I can fix it, but just fix my body. I went to an acupuncturist once. She said, you know, you're the first person I've seen in years who's actually said to me, tell me what's going on with my body so that I can understand what's behind it. Everybody just kind of goes there, lies down and says, right, fix me. Am I fixed? Great. Okay, fine. I'll pay you and I'll go. We need to be able to understand why that is. I was talking to a friend of mine who does shiatsu and acupuncture just at the weekend. And she talks about all the blocks that are in the body, and she can't get past those. So we go for a session. The session seems to work for a couple of days. We think, whew, wow, I feel so much better. And then everything comes back up again. Why is that? Because we haven't learnt the message. We haven't tuned in. We haven't heard what's going on. My phone's just kind of going a little bit tipsy there. So let's not get too drunk all in one go. We haven't heard the message that's behind that. That's why diets are not working so much anymore. That's why certain things are just not working for us, no matter how much effort we're putting in. So if an acupuncturist is telling me as well, I'm here to heal people. I'm putting the needles in, I'm doing all the work, they go away, they feel fabulous. But then within 2 days, 3 days, the symptoms have come back again. Nothing is actually changing because we're not changing our physical side of things. We're not changing what our actions, how we respond. We're not changing our mental, our mindset, the thoughts that we have projected towards our body. We're not changing ourselves on an emotional level. We're not understanding what the emotion is that's caused that physical symptom in the first place. And we're not understanding that everything, hi, thank you very much for coming. We're not understanding the spiritual side of it. You know, why? What is going on? Why food is energy, with the energy that's held in our bodies. What hooks have we got? What's going on another level? What's going on in our environment, so that we can try and understand what's going on behind the scenes. We're getting things on an external basis, so we're getting the weight, the physical symptoms, but we're not understanding what's behind that, what's caused that. For most people, that is just way too big a step. So I so applaud you if you're actually here and you're actually willing to listen to that. And then if you're willing to go ahead and actually find out and get those things interpreted for you, that is massive. That is amazing. I've got such a good subject for you today. I'm going to try and whiz through that. Hopefully you'll understand everything. You'll get what I'm actually trying to tell you, what I'm trying to share with you, what I've been asked to share with you. And then at the end, we're going to do the next step in the visualization and the meditation to get you out of your busy, busy, busy head and get you reconnected with your body again. So yes, most of us have given all our power away to doctors, dentists, dietitians, nutritionists, osteopath, acupuncturists. We're all sort of saying, heal me, help me. So they do what they do, but they're not getting underneath, they're not getting behind, they're not getting to the root cause. This is what we're talking about. So I'm not going to go into today why, the body reacts to sugars and how the body reacts to stress. Perhaps you know that already. I've certainly talked about that before, and I'll talk about it again. But basically, the emotions that we hold in our body that we've not dealt with, they're still causing us stress. So that it's still raising our insulin level. It's still causing the stress, which is pumping hormones all around our body, cortisol and everything else, which is laying down fat. And I bet everybody here has probably tried hundreds of ways of dealing with their physical symptoms. I generally talk about weight because that's basically stage one. But hundreds of people have tried all sorts of different ways to deal with their weight and tried to deal with what physical symptoms they've had. And in dieting, detoxes, starving yourself, which is one of the ways that I went down. And legally, it was like going down to a detox level. I was like, oh, I've limited everything so much, but nothing was changing for me on a physical level. And why that has become confusing, because we've not been able to release the weight, no matter how much effort we're putting in, how much effort we seem to be putting in. And sometimes that's the main reason why things are not changing, because we're putting so much effort in. So if you're looking to lose weight, for example, it really all starts with being able to love and appreciate your body. Yeah, great, I hear you say. I can tell me that I love my body. I can look in the mirror and do the mirror work and tell myself that I love myself. But really, underneath all that, I don't. So that's not really working for me. It's really important to be able to explore the spiritual side of it and the energetic side of it too. This whole perspective. That is really, when we can do the holistic, the whole side of things, that's when things are going to start to shift. What I've found is then the emotional baggage that we've attracted today, we need to be able to digest and release that, stand up for ourselves, express ourselves, create stronger boundaries. I talk with my hands. So you just have to deal with that. This is something that comes up all the time, being able to create strong boundaries for ourselves, emotionally understand what we're feeling, why we're feeling it, and be okay with it. Stand up for ourselves. That is a huge one to do with most of the women that I talk to about their wobbly bits. Well, basically, that's the signal for us, isn't it? It's like we're wobbling. We're letting people come in when they don't need to come in, and we're not buffering them out ourselves. So our body is actually providing the protection for us. Our thoughts, our beliefs, the mindset that we have, the perspective we have towards our body, that is a huge influence as well as to how well we're able to cope within our body and how our body's going to be able to respond to us. What I've found and what I've been fed back is that really food and movement, which is what most people are trying to adjust their body and their physical form with, it's probably only 20%, and I would say sometimes a lot less than that. 20% of what we do is to do with the food we eat. And it's not going from the angle of, I need to eat this, 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 and I need to avoid that, that, that. It's more to do with, oh, what do I really want to eat today? What does my body want? It's a communication between the body and the soul, and getting the mind involved so that we can understand what the body is needing. And that can change in phases. So you can understand why people, some of the main dietitians who've been talking about raw food, when they go back to eating meat and when they go back to eating dairies, everybody's like, oh, shocked. But it was a phase that they were in that they needed to explore, and that was great for their body at the time. They may go back to it, they may not. You have to be able to be flexible with your day, depending what's coming up for you and what kind of energy you need, as to listen, to be able to listen and trust your body. And your body has to be able to trust you to know that food is coming, that you eat regularly, that food is coming for you, and that you're not going to, at a whim, starve yourself. So really I've found that maybe 20% is food and movement, and 40% is your mental aspect, and 40% is spiritual and you know, the energetic side of what we're doing with our bodies and what we're doing with putting into our bodies, the environment that we keep, how we take care of ourselves. So what are the physical symptoms that you've got, and what are they teaching you? They're not to be medicated away. They're not to be dieted away. It really is, it really is more than that. And I don't want to make this a huge problem. It's not. It's so easy to get around. It's so easy to understand how your body operates. But we need to learn a new language, and this is why I'm doing this challenge. So the symptoms there, they're not to be medicated away. Your body is so powerful, and it will hold on to weight no matter what you do. If you're starving yourself, which was kind of my old way of doing things, I only knew from age 12 when I began dieting in the diet mentality, that was the only thing I ever learned how to do. Starve myself. If I starve myself, I'll lose weight. But that stopped working. And actually, if you starve yourself and diet, your body just doesn't trust you after a while. It really doesn't. So you really have to be able to work out what it is that your body wants. She's so powerful. She can give you an itch and a twitch and an ache and a pain and headaches and sinuses and sciatica. She can override the mind. It's phenomenal how much we need to be able to tune into our bodies and let the mind work with us. I'm dipping again, aren't I? I'm getting drunk here. Find a new way to place my phone there. Yeah, so it's really interesting that we need to be able to use the body and the mind to understand what's going in our bodies. But it's a really simple and easy process to do. Your body, if she's not trusting what you're putting into her and the thoughts that you're projecting towards her, she really is going to be holding on to the weight that you carry and the physical symptoms, because she really wants to talk to you and get you to understand what's going on. The rate that we carry, the fat, the energy, how am I going to say this? The fat that's in our body, the fat that we're holding on to, it's an energy. And fat is extremely good at holding our thoughts, at holding our memories, and holding our ideas. You have to really understand what I'm saying here, that fat is energy. And it's held in a particular place as a certain message. Some people have it on the belly, some people have it on the thighs, some people have it other places. But it's a message to you. You have to be sure that there's something deeper going on, and that there's a sign of greater imbalance when the body is showing you a particular symbol, a particular sign. And fat is a very good way for the body to protect you, and it's a very good way for the body to hold on to old ideas. Once you can get through the old ideas, the old beliefs, that starts to shift. It's an energy shift. And this is something huge. When I discovered this, I kind of knew it, but it's a huge shift that we need to be able to understand. And that's why I say, if you try and medicate and diet these things out of the way too fast, you haven't learned the lesson. It'll keep coming back. It'll keep coming back like a wave. It'll keep coming back. So if your body is actually building up on a particular level, we'll call that fat because that's what I work on. You have to know that you're holding on to something that you should have let go of, or you can let go of. You certainly can. And these are old emotions and old beliefs and old thoughts. Fat can also be super protective. It's like a bubble wrap. We put bubble wrap around ourselves, or like armor. And I've certainly had the experience of when I've done energy work, releasing certain things. It's like having armor on my body. It's to stop people getting in. It's to stop people putting hooks on me. It's to stop people sucking my energy. It's to stop all sorts of different things when I've felt vulnerable. And I felt vulnerable because I didn't have strong boundaries to protect myself. So my body was doing it for me. Like I said yesterday, the pact between the mind and the body to protect you no matter what is in place. The mind will do that by trying to fix things, by trying to find solutions all the time. The body does that in her way. She speaks to you in her way. All right, and just as an example of that, some of the most empathic and the healers that I know and the people who work with a lot of people all the time, they find that they gain weight, that they protect themselves in a certain way, because that's the only way that they've not being able to, that's the only way that they've found that is protecting them, because they haven't put other things into place. So they haven't gone out and grounded themselves. They haven't taken care of themselves before the call. They haven't taken care of themselves after the call. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on when we're dealing with a lot of people. If we're around a lot of people a lot of the time, and we're sensitive, we're empathic, we're vigilant to all the energy that's going on around us. Maybe we don't even know that we are. That can be from our kids coming back from school. That can be from our partners coming into our house. That can be from all sorts of things. That can be from traumas that we've felt and that are coming up for us again when we're dealing with other people. We need to be able to listen to our body and understand what she needs to be able to release that. Ooh, all exciting stuff. So are you willing, there's a good question for you, are you willing to go deeper and find out what the physical symptoms are that you have manifested? They are there as a gift of love from your body, from the universe, to help you understand what's going on. I say that weight is the first sign as it comes through and into our body. Weight is often the first sign that something needs to be dealt with on an energetic level. Sometimes when things aren't dealt with, and anybody who's an empath or a healer and those kind of things, you'll probably know this already. It goes to another level in your body. It becomes a physical symptom. So it could become, I always talk about the same one, sciatica or ovarian cysts, which I've had, or all sorts of other things. And if you're not taking care of yourself, and if you're not putting yourself first, and if you're not listening to the symptoms as they come up, they get stronger and stronger and stronger, to the point where, unfortunately, yes, you will probably know this already, they become cancers. Now, cancers can certainly be healed. Most physical symptoms can all be healed, but you need to be able to go in and find out what's going on underneath. Okay, so we're going to go into what we started yesterday, listening to our own body, turning up the volume of our body whispers, turning up the volume of our body language, so that we can start to understand that it's safe to understand, to listen. But that means that we have to get quieter. That means that we have to start listening rather than avoiding and distracting ourselves all the time, which is what we do. And when we don't like the feeling of the emotion that we're trying to avoid, we will avoid it. We will distract ourselves. We will make ourselves extremely busy. We will find 101 other things to do. We will find the kitchen a very easy place to go in, and the fridge a very easy place to kind of start looking for solutions. We're looking for a solution because it feels uncomfortable in our body. We're looking for a solution to relieve the pain that we're beginning to feel, that's beginning to bubble up. So what most of us do is we eat fatty foods. A lot of people drink wine. We're eating heavy foods to try and numb out the pain. Chocolate's a great one. Releases an awful lot of serotonin in the brain, makes us feel awesome for a moment. For a moment. And then when those things wear off, we have to get more, and we avoid it more, and we distract ourselves more. So what would happen if we didn't just distract ourselves? We would actually feel what was really coming up, and it's not nearly as scary as you think it's going to be. And the reason we're avoiding it is because we think it's scary. All right, that said. So we are going to go through the experience that we started yesterday. We're going to start to get quiet. We're going to start breathing in a different way. We're going to start feeling the beating of our heart, and I'm going to take you to a place that you need to know how to find. So yesterday we went through the bringing the mind into the body. We're going to do the same again today. We went into understanding what levels of stress we were at so that we could bring the stress levels down, so that we could feel more and more and more in our body, so that we could start to listen better. And today we're going to go one step further. So if you're ready and if you're with me, let us begin. Loosen up my shoulders a bit. Okay, so closing your eyes, feeling very, very safe and relaxed. Just do you some deep breathing. Expand the diaphragm. Feel the air coming all the way past your chest and into your belly, opening up the sides of the body and opening up the back of the body and releasing all the air that you've just breathed in. Breathe in again. And it's continuous breathing. You just find a little flap at the bottom that opens up and you let the air in again. You find a little flap at the throat and you slowly close that, let all the air out again. Find the little flap at the bottom, let all the air in again. Find the little flap at the top and let all the air out again. And in and out. Be aware of your heart beating. Feel the feeling in your chest, the expansiveness in your chest. Still breathing. And be aware of the mental activity that's going on in your mind as we speak. All the questions, all the hurry-ups, all the let's get this done, let's get to where we're going, all the narration that's going on in your mind. Just gently wrap that up in a bubble, a bit like one of those bubbles that the children blow out. Just wrap it up all in a big bubble. Notice all the little fireworks and all the little thoughts held within that bubble that you can pick up again later. They seem so important, all these thoughts. Okay, breathing in now. As you breathe out, just blow that bubble with your breath down through your face, keeping all the awareness, all the concentration, your consciousness, your very current moment thoughts in that bubble, and bring them down now, the next out breath, to rest on shoulder level around your throat area. And the next out breath, bring all your consciousness, all your awareness of all your thoughts that are in your mind constantly buzzing away into your chest area, into your heart. Merge that with the beat in your heart and the steady rhythm of your breathing. Feel where you are on your gauge of stress. Wherever you are, it's probably higher than you're feeling it, because you're so used to the level of stress that runs through your body. Feel your eyes resting and relaxing in the eye sockets, your jaw, and feel the tongue relax far more in the mouth. Relax your shoulders again, another level. Relax your belly, another level. Relax your legs, another level. And rest at this level and just breathe into that level of relaxation. I'm going to ask you now to find a place that works for you, where you have felt so safe. Where would that place be for you? Is it a place that you know about, that you can feel safe, where nobody's expecting anything from you, where you're taking care of yourself, where you're taking care of yourself first, second and third? You're relaxing your body. Where is that safe place for you? What smells can you smell? What sounds? What tastes? Is there a saltiness on the air? Are you alone? Yes, you're definitely alone. Nobody is going to interfere with you, interrupt you. This is a safe place where you can come back to at any time. When you're stressed at the meal table, when you're stressed in the kitchen, when you're stressed driving your car. This is a feeling that's inside of you, your own safe place that no one else gets to be in. This is where you find you. Just relax, just get to know this safe place extremely well. You can go back to this safe place at any time. Feel the feeling in your body as you relax and link into that safe place. One other thing that you can do is just have a handhold that anchors you into that safe place. So whatever that is, however your hands are, however you're feeling, just create a link to yourself that you know that when you do that handhold, you're back into that safe place. It's something you can do when you're at work, when you're feeling stressed, and it'll just bring your body to feel what it feels like in this safe place. Okay, so that's you introduced to your own personal safe place. I cannot tell you how often I use my safe place. It's where I go at the end of a meditation. It's where I go when I realise and I'm aware that there's just too much going on in my day, when I'm beginning to get stressed or anxious, or if I'm worried about something. I use this place all the time. It's your place. And it's somewhere where I work with you from. You have to be able to know where your safe place is so that you can start to hear and listen to your own body whispers. I'm here as a consultant. I'm here to help you tap into yourself so that you know. And when you're willing to go deeper and behind the physical symptoms, I do consultations. I help you go there. I do programs. This is what I'm here for. This is what I've been asked to do. To help you reconnect with your body, to get out of your busy, busy mind. These meditations, this finding your safe place, is such powerful work, such great work. And when you can get your mind on board with your body, I did this yesterday, when you can get your mind on board with your body, when they're communicating with each other, when they understand what each other's strengths, then they can actually work together. You can find out what works for you best, what you need, what you want, and what you're lacking. You can create your own boundaries. You can become that strong, fantastic, powerful woman that you know that you are, and that you can allow yourself to be her. You can stand up and be heard. You can become the wise woman in the next phase of your life. You don't want to be going through life with more physical symptoms and the weight, if it's not going to disappear. You really want to be able to allow yourself to feel safe, to be able to do this kind of work. And this is why I'm teaching you how to do this. This is such great stuff. I absolutely love doing this. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I do my consultation. Thank you very much, Caroline. I do these consultations as a no cost because I want you to feel how powerful you are. I want you to understand who you are as a wise woman, and why the weight and why the physical symptoms that you've manifested, that you've attracted to you, are giving you a message, because your soul wants to come through and wants you to be this fantastic woman that you are able to be, this character that is just waiting for you. Fantastic. Absolutely great to be able to do this with you. Just absolutely loving this. Your physical symptoms are just such a gift. I know they can be annoying at the time and you don't understand why things aren't working for you. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. Amazing. So beautiful. Yeah, it is really important work. It's fantastic work. It really needs to be done. It's what we're here for. It's here so that we can feel totally alive in our body, so that we're not in survival mode and we're not listening to society of what's available for us and who can tell us how to work in our own body. It's so that we can survive and thrive and feel 100% alive in our own bodies. So when we go outside, that we can really experience what it's like to be alive in this lifetime. Leading edge stuff. Leading edge stuff. I've got some offers that I'm very, very happy to put out to you. These programs that I'm doing to help you work out what physical symptoms are going on for you, to create and to accept the healing, to receive the healing that is needed for the emotional side. So I'm hoping that you're feeling safe, and I'm hoping that you're feeling relaxed now. And I'm going to see you tomorrow on day 3, when I'm going to be asking you to go just one step further, so you can start to hear the yes and the no from your body, and how much your body really, really loves you. The homework for today, if you could feed back about that on the group, on the Body Whisper program, is keep gauging your stress levels. Keep understanding where your body's at and where she is at this particular moment in time. What's going on for you currently, and then that helps you understand what's going on for you in your memory, in your cells, and everything else in your body. And I'm going to ask you to develop your safe place. Go further into your safe place, so that you can actually get to know that safe place for yourself extremely, extremely well. This is what I'm here for. So please hop on a call with me. I'm here to do this. Absolutely loving this. Thank you very much for joining me today. And if you're not live, then thank you very much. And I will see you in the comments and see you in the emails that come through to me. Thank you very much. This is Fiona Robertson. I'm the Body Renewer and a Body Whisperer. Speak to you soon. See you tomorrow.